So we're back there. Conduct SILs real quick, right? Squads are going to tell Bravo team their distance and direction up to the release point, okay? Give them a minute to go ahead and pass that information out. While he's passing that information out, the squad is going to go ahead and start spot checking everybody to make sure that the prep of NWE went properly and everybody has the equipment they need, right? Additionally, the squad is going to make sure that the radio, his radio, or excuse me, the Bravo team leader's radio gets passed off to what we call weak side security. Okay? We have strong side, weak side, right? Weak side is the side you don't believe the enemy's coming from, but they still need a radio. That's going to be Bravo team leader's radio. Okay? And we'll get into who's going on weak side and strong side security in just a minute, all right? But that's just one of the things that needs to happen. So, your security, all right? They need to have a radio, both sides. So one side is going to consist of alpha team leader and a rifleman, right? Or excuse me, a grenadier. All right? Then the other side, weak side, is going to consist of like the senior E4 in alpha team, and then Bravo team grenadier. Okay? So they both need to have radios. Weak side gets Bravo team leader's radios. Okay? Or radio. Alpha team leader already has his radio, right? They both take claymores with them. Okay? And they both take an AT4 with them. All right? Make sense? Okay. So that's just one of the things you're checking. Now that stuff was squared away. All right? Squad is going to spot check himself, make sure he has everything we need, or he needs, and then they're going to get ready to move out. Okay? So, yes?
Strong side, alpha team leader, grenadier, AT4, weak side, and Bravo team leader.
And is not Bravo team, but a weak side is, it's like a guy from alpha team?
High speed E4.
A high speed E4, and which will probably be his grenadier. Okay? And then, yes?
So did we just leave 2 riflemen back at the SNO? Or
It's no. It's a rifleman and a saw gunner back on the SNO, right? So then again, you have alpha team leader, a grenadier. You have a grenadier, and most likely just another rifleman, probably from Bravo team leader, or Bravo team, excuse me, on weak side security. Okay. All right. And it really doesn't matter which grenadier goes with which side, just so you guys are tracking. It really does not matter. Okay? You just have a grenadier on both sides for left and right side security. Okay? Alright. So, they're going to begin moving out to the release point. They're going to move out in a modified wedge. Okay? You guys remember the modified wedge from the other day? That's the easiest way to move up to your release point. Okay? So you're going to move up in that way. Now, once you get to the release point, you're going to go ahead and stop, right? If you want, you can conduct SILs again just to be on the safe side, but SNO is not that far ahead, right? So you're probably all right, but you can never be wrong conducting SILs, okay? Once SIL's done, then you're going to go ahead and start doing your rucksack plan, right? Okay, so rucksack plan, like I said, what did I say? Assault, support, security. Yeah, assault, support, security, okay? So, priority right now, alpha team is in the lead, right? They're security. They're the first ones putting the rucksack down, and one guy from Bravo team, okay? Making sense to you guys? Their rucks go down first. Reason being is security has to be set in first. All right? Nothing can happen on the objective until security is set in. All right? So, how's that going to happen? Here's what's going to take place. The squad leader is going to go ahead, bring in the 2 security teams and say, all right, alpha team leader, I want you to go in and place your team, right? Because he knows where it's at, right? Alpha team has already seen it. The squad leader is going to in place weak side security, okay? So you're going to say, hey, you have 30 minutes to get over there, get set up, that's your claymore, your AT4 is prepped, right? You're in the prone, you're ready to rock and roll. You have 30 minutes to get that set. I'll be setting up this team. If I don't hear from you in 30 minutes that you're set, I need to come all the way over there and inspect you to visually see that you're set. So let me know that you're set, okay? So he's going to tell them that's how they're going to do it. You give them 30 minutes, say, all right, guys, let's move out, right? So they're going to start moving out to their security teams. All right. Additionally, the RTO, most likely, will be moving with the squad leader right now. Reason being is when the squad leader starts making his way back, he's not by himself. That's all it is. If you have tons of extra riflemen or whatever, you can throw a rifleman with him. It doesn't matter. But he needs to have a partner with him. Okay? Does that make sense to you guys?
But teams at all
So the
times.
squad leader sets the
Weak side
the
security.
weak side goes.
No,
Sets the weak side while the strong side goes and sets.
yes. Now, the squad leader can choose to set up both himself. But that's going to consume up a lot of time, right? So the alpha team leader already knows where he's going. He's been in that position. He's going to go set up strong side. Squad leader go set up weak side. okay? Now, once they get to those positions, the squad leader is probably going to go out and set up that claymore himself, right? That claymore, you're going to have it pretty much right up on the road, okay? You're going to camouflage it up, camouflage the wire going back to the security position, okay? Now, yes, can you have the claymore back? I see guys all the time that have the claymore back X amount of feet into the woods. I've seen 15 meters in the woods because the kill radius in open area is about 100 meters on a claymore, right? That's what they say. That's just in the open. If you have it too far back, right, you have all these trees out there, it starts to lose its effectiveness. Not saying it won't jack somebody up, but it loses its effectiveness, right? So if you get as close as you can to the road without compromising it, that's going to allow for maximum devastation on the road. You understand what I'm saying? Those ball bearings are going to come out and destroy any vehicle or personnel that come through there. Get what I'm saying? All right. So he's going to go ahead and check that out. He's going to go ahead and put those guys down. And he's going to give them the left and right limits, right? He's going to give them their ROE, which is someone's running off the objective, you're going to shoot them. It's too easy, right? Or reinforcements arrive, you blow them out of the sky, whatever. Doesn't matter. You're just going to do whatever. He's going to put that information out. He's going to give them their back aspect to the release point, right? Make sure they're good to go, and he's going to roll out. We're in placing on the objective.
I'm right where you are.
Okay, cool. So anyways, then he's going to roll out. And by the time he gets back to the release point, he should have already heard from Alpha Team Leader, right? If he didn't, then he needs to go over there. So, as you guys saw, we just in place security, right? So, if you haven't picked it up yet, we're in placing now ass backwards. Okay? So we recon ass first, we in place ass backwards. Security, support, assault. Got it? Okay, so squad leader is going to start making his way back. Does he need to go all the way back to the release point? Not necessarily, right? If you got a squared away Bravo team leader who knows what's going on, which he should, he knows the gun team is next, right? So all it should be is the squad leader going like this. He could be 25, 30 meters away. They're going like that, and then the Bravo team is going to push that gun team to him. You see what I'm saying? Or he can go all the way back, grab the gun team, and then move out. You get what I'm saying? Okay. So he gets the gun team, and he's going to move them up into position, the area that he reconned, right? So he's going to, squad leader himself is going to lay down and say, hey, I want the tripod right here. He's going to get that tripod down. He'll probably adjust it a little bit, and then he's going to say, bring the gun in. He's going to get that gun down, get it mounted on the tripod, and he's going to physically get behind the gun and make sure that it's moving to where he wants it. That metal to metal is 15 degrees roughly, right? He can identify the kill zone with that gun, see it perfectly, the whole 9 yards. Then he's going to get that gunner down there, give him his left and right limits, his primary direction of fire, his alternate direction of fire, identify that kill zone to him, right? And make sure that they're set right there. Everything's good to go. Pretty simple, right? Okay. He's going to make sure that they got all the links put together before he rolls out, so he knows that gun, without a shadow of a doubt, is ready to rock and roll. Okay? Once that's done, the squad leader and his RTO, or whoever his partner is, are going to move back towards the release point, right? So now, he has an option here, okay? He can either grab the S&O first and then place them on the assault line, or he can do it last, okay? Because they're going on the assault line, all right? I like to do it last, but it doesn't matter because you have security established at this point, okay? So, let's say, we'll just say he does it first, who cares, okay? So you grab the saw gunner first, and he's going to move him up into the first saw gun position, all right? He's going to lay down to the prone, bring him right down next to him, set him in place, get behind that gun, make sure that he can see perfectly, then get that gunner behind there, right? Show him his primary direction of fire, his alternate direction of fire, and the kill zone, and his lane for assaulting, okay? Yes?
If he's going with the placing the S&O, is he going to put the saw on the strong or weak side first?
That's up to you. It really doesn't matter. You know, I like to do it starting on the side that's closest to the gun, okay? And then work my way out. And I'll explain to you why I like doing that here in just a minute, okay? So we'll say that's where we're going to put the first saw gun, all right? Okay, so he's in place. Now I have who? The rifleman still, right?
Yep.
So I could bring him up. Same thing, put him in place. All right, give him his primary direction fire, alternate direction fire, identify the kill zone to him, okay? Make sure that he can see the objective and he knows his lane, right? Okay, so now we got 2 guys in on the assault line. So now it's time to go ahead and grab the rest of the squad. Okay? So what they're going to do is the squad is going to make its way back, start calling for the next guy, right? Which is probably another rifleman. And he's going to go ahead and place that rifleman. Okay? And what probably leave about 15 meters of space, 10 meters of space, because you're going to leave a spot for where the Bravo team leader is going to lay down. Does that make sense? So kind of skip the Bravo team leader slot, go to the next spot. Okay?
Jack.
All right. So then after you place that guy, then it's time for the last saw to get in place, right? And you're going to place him just like we talked about before with everyone else. Then you have the Bravo team leader. You're going to bring him up, give him a second to identify where all of his guys are, and then you're going to go ahead and place the Bravo team leader. Okay? So we just emplaced everybody on the assault line, right? Minus the RTO at this moment. Okay? So we place this way, right? So now, really, you put the Bravo team leader wherever you put him. Okay? You're going to tell those guys, hey, I'm going to put out the Claymore, don't shoot me, right? So you're going to work your way back here towards the gun, telling everybody that, okay? Because your position as a squad leader is going to be right here, in between the gun and the assault line. Does that make sense?
So when you go back and tell everybody, hey, I'm going out, don't
Yes.
shoot me, are you still,
That's not as vital anymore because you have security established.
Okay.
So it's not nearly as vital anymore.
Okay.
Okay? So you're just going to let them know I'm doing that. If you want to, you can go ahead and camouflage the guys up as well. If, like you're in a spot where there's not a ton of foliage, like on Fort Benning, the underbrush there, you don't need to camo anybody up because you can't see them. All right? But here you might have to. So if you have to, you got to take them a camo from behind, right? And you can camo up a guy and then move to the next guy and so on. And also be telling them at the same time, hey, I'm going to put the Claymore up, don't shoot me. Does that make sense? Okay, so he gets back over here between the gun and the assault line. All right, we got the RTO right there. Okay, RTO is going to be pulling some rear security right there. Okay, squad leader is going to go ahead, creep his way out, and he's going to put his Claymore out in the center of the kill zone there, pretty much in the center of his assault line. Right? He's going to camouflage it up on that road, camouflage the wire, move back, and he's going to make sure that everything's working. He's going to lay there, and now you play the waiting game. Right? You are set to do your ambush. Okay? Making sense?
So we set up 3 claymores or 2?
Yeah.
3 claymores total. 3 claymores total, right? You got
Each end.
left and right side security, right? Weak and strong side, and then one in the center. Okay? So the ones on left and right side security, that's really for if reinforcements arrive and vehicles or whatever, you're going to blow it. See what I'm saying? And then the one in the center, that is what you're going to initiate your ambush with. Okay? Alright, are you ever going to initiate an ambush with a 240?
no?
No, why? That's right, open bolt weapon, you get the chunk, and then you're sucking, right? So you don't want to do that. Alright, so, now once you're in the prone, everything's set, alright, you cannot move. Okay, you're not going to get up and troop the lines, make sure your boys are doing good, no. You guys have to have a little intestinal fortitude, stay awake, slap yourselves, put some Tabasco sauce in your eyes, I don't care, do what you got to do, but you got to stay awake. Because you could be laying there for a little while, okay? And now you're just waiting for the enemy. Who knows how long it's going to be. Hopefully if you do this right, you'll be laying there for 15 minutes, enemy comes by, it's a glorious moment, you kill them, and then you roll out, okay? Alright, so, you're laying there, alright, enemy's coming, right? So your strong side security, they're going to go ahead and call you on the radio, say, hey, we got 3 guys moving. You got to whisper on the radio, obviously, right? But 3 guys moving, they have M4s and we're in BDUs. You know, ETA 1 minute, whatever, right? That's a squad leader's moment, like, okay, here we go, it's about to go down, right? Heart rate gets pumping, he's getting all excited, okay? Enemy moves into the center of the Claymore, bam, he blows that Claymore, right? Claymore, 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 and just bodies flying everywhere, okay? 240, that thing's gonna be on cyclic for however long you wanted it to be, you know, whatever you planned for. Let's say 20 seconds of just hell, right? Just unleashing on that kill zone. Then you got everybody else on cyclic as well, in the kills or on the assault line, just unleashing, just throwing lead down range, right? Just rocking and shocking these dudes, okay? After 20 seconds of cyclic, then the squad is going to yell out maybe rapid rate of fire, right? Slow it down a little bit, then maybe go to a sustained, whatever he wants, okay? And after a minute or so of just, handing them their ass, you're going to yell for ceasefire, right? So you do ceasefire, ceasefire. You're going to yell that, everyone's going to echo it, okay? Or you guys might plan to use whistle, like a single whistle blast as a ceasefire, whatever. You guys are going to plan that, and you'll see what we're talking about when we get to the planning phase, okay? But anyways, you're going to cease fire. Everyone stop shooting. So now you're listening for any moans and groans on the objective, or maybe someone happened to drop just in time or didn't get jacked up by a claymore, and he gets up and decides to go out in a blaze of glory, right? Start shooting at you guys. Then your squad's gonna yell out fire, everyone's gonna re-engage again, and just really have at it, all right? You do the exact same thing you just did. So just bullets are flying, it's glorious, dudes are dying, all right? He's gonna cease fire. They're gonna do sills again. Listen for it, right? I don't hear any moans and groans. Okay, that's good. That's good news. Then he's gonna tell Bravo team leader, assault your team. Okay? First thing Bravo team leader is gonna do before he assaults his team though, put a fresh mag in, right? Because you don't want to be that guy rolling up on the objective and you go to shoot and you only have one round, now you look like an ass because you didn't want to put a fresh mag in. You see what I'm saying? Maybe a guy is laying there and has a little bit of life left in him and he's gonna try to take you out with him. You see what I'm saying? So, make sure you change out mags. Once you change out mags, you're going to bound to the last covering seal position. That team leader needs to control it, right? You can do buddy team bounds, right? One bound, it could be two bounds, whatever, but last covering seal position. Once you're there, you're going to get online, and everyone at the same time is going to get up and assault through the objective, right? The important thing is, for the Bravo team leader, do not let your guys funnel onto the objective, right? Everybody wants to be that dude who killed the guy. Everybody wants to be the hero, right? But in reality, it's never that way. You're never the guy that shot him. You see what I'm saying? I'll give you a real-world example. Iraq, 2006 maybe, I don't know, 7, somewhere in there, doesn't matter. This dude ran off the objective, and we were like, oh, hell yeah. Whole squad of us gone online. They were just pop, 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 just shooting the fuck out of this guy, right? 50 cal shooting, snipers just shooting this guy. One dude, obviously he's dead, you know? So we're like, yeah, we get up to him, this dude has 3 bullet holes in him, 2 which are 5.56 and one's a 7.62 from the sniper. You know what I mean? We all suck, but we all claimed it as our rounds that hit it. We all just wanted to go see the dude that we shot. You see what I'm saying? In reality, it was probably me that shot him, no one else. So everyone wants to be that dude. You see what I'm saying? So you have to really push them out, make sure the guys aren't funneling, keep them in line going across the objective, okay? As they go across, you're supposed to put a control pair into them, right? As per the Geneva Convention, it says if they no longer pose a threat to you, you can no longer do that. But I say if the weapons section, they pose a threat to you, so go ahead and pop a couple in them real quick. Make sure they're good to go. Kick the weapons away, right? Move across the road. It's supposed to be 35 meters, okay? Doesn't always work out that way because of terrain, but it's supposed to be 35 meters. So you're going to move across, establish your LOA, that limit of advance, right? All right. As soon as they push across, they clear the weapons, all that, limit of advance established. You have now, your saws are going to face up and down the long axis of the road, okay? Just additional security watching that way in case something crazy happens, okay? So you kind of have, right here you see it's a line, but it's kind of more like a moon shape, okay? So that makes it like a half moon shape, all right? Tracking? Okay, so I got that going on. Now, again, first thing you got to do is start getting ace reports. You know that's coming, right? So all these dudes assaulted across, they established an LOA. The squadron and the RTO, they've moved up to the near side of the road, okay? You know, one thing I did forget to mention is as these guys are assaulting, just like yesterday, it is the squadron's responsibility to make sure that they shift fire, lift fire, and all that, okay? So that way to prevent any fracture situation. So when they lift fire, they're really going into a watch and shoot status, just in case something crazy happens, they're ready to rock and roll, but make sure they call that. So anyways, run the LOA. Squadron and RTO on the near side of the road, right? So RTO, he should have started his stopwatch, just like the other day. So you take contact, you start your stopwatch, right? He's to be calling off the time every minute on the minute to make sure that the squadron is aware of how much time they left on the objective. How much time you have on the objective is going to be based off your order, right? And what they tell you their reinforcement time is, okay? We'll get into all that later on. All right, so that LOA is getting that ace report. I told the squad I was with yesterday too, it's vital that when you get that ace report, you actually have to touch them, right? You have to get underneath their armpits. You got to get on their arms because sometimes guys aren't going to know they're hit, okay? I used another real-world example of one of my guys got hit. I don't know if it hit a rock or what, but a chunk of metal came in right behind his heart right here from a bullet, right? And we didn't know it. There was no blood, nothing. We got up and continued walking. We walked probably 5-6 K, something like that. Got us some MRAPs and rolled out. Then we saw the blood, right? Because his muscle finally, his arm stretched out a little bit when he stretched, and he started having a little bit of pain. That chunk of metal is still behind his heart till this day because they're not going to remove it. But the point is touching him. Like I went up and I was like, "Hey, you good?" "Yeah, good." And I did real quick. I didn't get any blood on my hand because the fat covered it up so fast, right? Just right there, just whoop, sealed right up. And then when he stretched, that's when it started bleeding. So and he had no clue. So guys don't always know their hits, so you have to actually physically touch them, okay? Touch your water, make sure they got plenty of water, okay? You're really just checking through all and make sure they're good, all right? Ammo, you're getting an ammo count. Don't use the green, amber, black, or none of that, right? Because that's not giving the information to the squadron that he needs to make an accurate assessment if he needs to cross-load ammunition or not. You understand what I'm saying? Green doesn't tell me that each man has 5 mags. You see what I'm saying? I need to know, hey, we got 5 here, well, we got 7 over here, or whatever. Make sense? So if you need to cross-load any ammunition, that's how you do it. You need to calculate it, all right? Once you guys work together as a squad, you come up with an SOP of what green or amber actually means, sure. But until you do, I would just use solid numbers, so that way you can really understand what you got to do, all right? All right, so, play the LOA. We got our ACE report. So you got to get an ACE report from Bravo team, the gun team, and from left and right side security, okay? Even if they didn't shoot, you still got to get it, okay? Once you get those ACE reports, now we can start calling forward EPW and search, okay? So EPW and search, 2 guys from the assault line, they're going to move up over to the squad leader's position right here. Squad leader's going to give them tactics and standards, all right? How he wants them to clear this objective. Oh, excuse me, EPW and clear. Did I say search before? EPW and clear. I'm all jacked up, all right? But EPW and clear. So they're going to move over to him. He's going to say, I want you guys to start out my location. I want you to zigzag 10 meters on and off the road, all the way to 10 meters past the last body, and then make your way back, all right? Clearing each body as you go. You have 3 minutes to make this happen. Go. All right? So you're going to move out real quick, zigzag and zigzag. Why do we zigzag on and off the road 10 meters? Yeah, right. This guy, guys can throw something, right? You never know. So you got to check. And you have to zigzag there and back. Okay? A lot of guys will try to zigzag out and clear back. You have to zigzag back because you're going to hit spots you didn't hit on your way out. Make sense? All right. So they're zigzagging, doing that thing. All right? As they get up to a body, just like you guys saw yesterday, one guy's going to get on top of him, one guy's going to pull security, right? Maybe hit him in the head with a barrel, make sure the dude's not alive, then roll him over, clear, move to the next body, right? Once that's done, they're going to move back to the squad leader, say, hey, objective is clear. Now, at that time, if you have a casualty, that's when you're going to call aid and litter forward, right? If one of you guys got shot or some shrapnel hit, something stupid happened, that's when it's going to happen. But since you guys are all superstars, that's not going to happen, right? No one's going to be dead or hurt or anything like that. So, you can call now the same dudes who just did your EPW and clear or your EPW and search. Okay? So you're going to task and standards for how you want them to search the body. You're going to identify the code words. We use black and gold. Okay? So hey, you're black, you're gold, right? That way, if you have 2 names that sound similar or something like that, this solves that problem. Maybe you have 2 Smiths in your squad. Very common name in the Army. This will solve that problem. See what I'm saying? So, say, hey, you're black, you're gold, I want you to start at the first body, I want you to start at the second body, all right? As you clear it, I want you to call it off. Roger that, too easy. So they move out and they go start clearing the bodies. You clear a body just like you would when you're checking for blood, right? You check for blood, you go like that. What they teach you in basic training, you're basically doing the same thing. You're patting all the way down everywhere, all right? You're going to grab up underneath this junk right there, credit card swiping, do the whole 9 yards, because you never know what that dude's got on him. As you find stuff, cell phones, maps, keys, you're going to call it off. So you yell, black, 1M4. RTO is going to respond back, black, 1M4. That lets him know that he got it and he wrote it down, right? Gold, 1 cell phone. Gold, 1 cell phone. And that's going to continue, all right? And you're going to roll the body over, continue searching him, roll him back over, right? You're going to pull his shirt up over his head with his arms crossed, that way everyone in the mother knows that dude's been searched, right? And you can do that for all the bodies, okay? Once that's done, you can either, A, consolidate all the weapons and have them blown, or you can take the bolts out and make those weapons inoperable, or just take the weapons with you, okay? But you're going to take all your PIR, move over to the squad leader, okay? Once we're at the squad leader, you'll let them know, hey, we search everything, here's all the PIR, say, all right, roger that. You guys are probably going to put it in your rucksack, or he might just take it. It's going to be up to him, all right? And then we're going to go ahead and prep to blow the weapons, because we should have demo for an ambush, okay? So we consolidated the weapons. He's going to call demo for it. Chances are those 2 dudes that just did everything are probably the demo guys too, all right? They're going to stay up there. They're going to start prepping all the demo to have everything blown, all right? So once that's all prepped, then he's going to go ahead, squad leader that is going to tell them, go ahead and move back out to the line, all right? And they're going to move back out to the LOA, okay? Once on the LOA, now the squad leader can start withdrawing guys off the objective, all right? We're going to withdraw using the red, white, and blue method, okay? Some of you might have heard it before, but red, white, and blue. So, squad leader, he's going to yell into his radio and out loud for everyone to hear. He's yelling in the radio so left and right side security can hear him, okay? He's you yell red. On red, that's when the assault team is going to pick up and move back to the release point, okay? Additionally, that's when the gun team is going to go from the tripod to bipod, all right? So, assault team picks up, and then the gun team should sound off, going to bipod. Again, that lets the squad leader know they know what's going on, right? All right, then we get to white. That's when the gun team moves. So we yell out white, gun team moving, and they roll out, right? All right, now we got the blue. Blue is left and right side security's chance to roll out, right? So we should be calling them on the radio. If they didn't blow their claymores, they're going to have to hoist them up, all right? So it's got to be quick, and then they're going to roll back out to the release point, okay? However, if they don't hear it, what will happen? He's going to yell, squad leader then yell blue burning, pop the fuses, and he's going to roll out to the release point, right? Once left and right side security hear that boom, that's their cue to move back to the release point. Does that make sense? So that's like your contingency plan if the columns just go down, okay? So to move back to the release point, just get the rucksacks on. You're going to move 1,000 meters from a major terrain feature away. All right, establish a security halt, consolidate all the PIR. All right, you're going to make 3 or 4 copies of it and notify higher of what's going on. All right, so that right there is ambush. All right, what are your questions on what we just went over?
With the left and right side security,
Yes.
the Alpha team leader being on one side, when they do the ACE reports and both sides have a radio, can he call to the other team and have them?
So he's going to say, hey, security teams, the ACE report, and both teams will call and give. One will say strong side, here's mine. One will say weak side, here's mine. That's all he needs to do. All right, any other questions with this? Yes.
Who's on the strong weak side security team, sir?
Okay, so strong side is Alpha team leader and the Grenadier. Okay? Weak side is like a senior E4 and Alpha team, probably recommend, right? And the Grenadier.
And they have Bravo Team's radio.
And they have Bravo team leader's radio, yes.
We just have a rifleman pulling back security.
Your RTO is pulling rear security for you? Yes. So it's important, if you're the RTO, like I said, you gotta be calling off times every minute on the minute, okay? So that squad leader, he's got a lot going on at that time, right? So he's gotta go ahead and think about what, he needs to hear that time out loud so he knows where he's at, okay? Now, if it's nighttime and you just lit all these dudes up, can you white light it going across the objective? Absolutely, who cares? Everyone and their mother knows you're there for a mile, miles around, you know what I'm saying? Who cares, white light it, move across. I don't care, right?
They're gonna end up doing it for BPW anyways.
You're going to at least red lens it, but you could white light it at that point. It's just something to think about. Again, shooting is not quiet, right? Everybody's going to know you're there. All right? And so it really doesn't matter. And you're going to know how long reinforcements it takes to get there. You're going to have your fire squad overlays telling you where your fires are approved, so if something does happen on the objective, you can call for fire and all that. So you'd be all right. Okay? Any other questions?
For the security teams, Sean, you said they start hoisting up their claymores.
Yeah.
So are they leaving their positions, moving up, grabbing claymores, walking back?
One guy will.
One guy.
One guy will be pulling security while the other one moves up there, police up the claymore, then they come back and move back to the release point together.
After they demo.
After they demo. Or when they, if they hear blue, they can start doing it then. But if they don't hear blue, that demo is their second chance to break down.
So Grenadier should have the claymores.
All right? Any other questions here, guys? All right, so what we're going to do is I'm about to put a disc in. I got some high-speed PowerPoint dots that move around. We'll do a real quick walkthrough with the dots to kind of put all this back in perspective for you. Because I know it just sucks sitting there staring at a board, okay? So we will put it on there, do a real quick walkthrough, and then we'll get ready to roll out, all right?
Roger.
All right, so give me a minute.